Food Adventures. I'm Karen Ahmed and I am so excited today because we're going to be making chicken lollipops. This has been on my bucket list to make for you guys for so long. So I'm so excited to make it today. Now, chicken lollipops, they're basically just chicken wings and you scrape away all of the chicken from one end and just pull it away to the other end and it looks like a little lollipop. Now, this is very popular in Bombay where I'm from. It's basically just marinated and deep fried in a crispy batter. You hold it just like you would a lollipop and you have it with drinks. Before I go any further with this recipe, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I upload a ton of videos every week and ring the bell, that's YouTube's new bell icon. That will notify you every time I upload a new video. Now, let's get cooking. I have my wings pre-cut already. The lollipop can be made out of both the drumette and the wingette. The wing tip is usually discarded or just saved to make stock. The drumette part is way easier to make a lollipop out of, but I'm going to show you how to do both as it's very economical to use both parts. I'm going to start with the drumette and using a small sharp paring knife, I'm going to separate the skin and flesh from the end of the bone by cutting away from you. Once this is done, start scraping the flesh against the bone towards you. You will see that all of the flesh has gathered to one end like a ball. If there's too much skin, just trim some of it off. I'm going to score the flesh just once. This is going to enable me to turn the meat over very easily. And there we have the first lollipop. The wingette is a bit harder to do. This consists of two bones that are held together by cartilage. Remove any excess skin. One side is much thinner than the other, so feel for this and cut through the cartilage, separating the two bones. I'm going to separate the skin and flesh like I did earlier and just scrape down to expose the bone. You can either just pull this bone off, or if you're having a really hard time, you can just use the tip of your knife to free it. Now I'm going to process this the same way as I did the drumette. Cut away from you at the base of the bone and then scrape the flesh in the opposite direction towards you, and you should gather all the flesh nicely into a lollipop shape. These lollipops will differ in size, but trust me, nobody will care. I'm going to first make my lollipops out of all of the drumettes and then the wingettes. If you live in India, you will find these ready-made at most grocery stores, especially in big cities like Mumbai. But here in Toronto, we have to do it ourselves.
Hey yo, I saw him at the bar. He ordered a cognac liquor. Boy looked like a superstar, but not the type of man to cause drama. You know I go for the ghetto types. Rude boy with style minus the hype. Dheere se wo mujhe bole hi, and we can go and do all the things you like. Main tenu kendiya tera dil lendiya, aur uske badle mein ke jo main de diya. And it's been way too long, feelings can't be wrong. Come on, touch me, this is where I belong. Main sari duniya chhad ke, aur tera haath pakad ke, jadon main dekha tenu, dil mera dhadke dhadke. Tu aata leke aana, chalu main jaane jaana, jahan pe mujhko bole tera pyar hai mujhko paana. Dheere se hole se chule zara, tu aaja meri jaan le masa.
I finished all of the drumettes now, so it's time to move on to the wingettes. Even though this takes a bit more work, I like the size of lollipop better. If you're struggling to pull the bone off, just grab it with a piece of kitchen towel, but if it's still giving you a hard time, just free it with your knife.
Cause now we leaving in the Range Rover. Must have killed the whole bottle of Remy's. I don't know, I'm still sober. But
All of my lollipops are ready, and it's now time to give it a really simple marinade so these have great flavor from the inside out. I'm going to start with the juice of half a lemon, and I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste. I'm also going to add 1 teaspoon of red chili powder and 2 teaspoons of salt. Mix this well together and leave it aside for 30 minutes. You can also leave this in your fridge overnight. And now for the batter. If you're gluten-free, rejoice. There is no gluten in this batter at all. I'm going to start with 1 cup of chickpea flour. This is also called besan or chana ka atta, and it's used a lot in Indian cooking. I'm going to follow this with a half cup of rice flour. Rice flour makes these really nice and extra crispy. You can also use cornstarch if you can find rice flour. Add some water to make a thick batter first so you can get all of the lumps out. Then add a bit more water to thin out the batter. I'm adding 1 teaspoon of salt, and I will add more salt later to taste. You should add enough water so the consistency looks like a thick cream. Next, I'm going to add a half teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, and 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, and I'm going to mix this together really well. I'm also going to add a half teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste. Now this is totally optional, but I'm going to be adding red food color to get that really bright red color that's reminiscent of the lollipops served in Mumbai. If you don't want to use food coloring, you can use a little bit of pureed beets. I'm really happy with the color now, so I'm going to finish this off with a 1/4 cup of chopped coriander. Give this batter a really good mix. I have some oil heating up, and I'm just going to test the batter first to make sure I have enough salt and seasoning. It's good, so the next step is to just dunk these prepared lollipops into the batter and deep fry them. If you're planning to cook these on the stove top, these wings need 5 to 10 minutes to ensure that they're cooked all the way through.
Drinks and it's all over, cause now we leaving in the Range Rover. Must have killed the whole bottle of Remy's. I don't know, I'm still sober, but I know I wanna get down, cause this geezer was no clown. I let him do everything to me, not once, not twice, but round.
It's way more practical to cook these for a few minutes so the exterior is crispy, and then I like to finish them off in a 350-degree oven for 10 to 15 minutes just to make sure they're cooked all the way through. These are ready to devour. Thank you so much for joining me on Kravings Food Adventures. I hope you enjoyed this delicious recipe for chicken lollipops. Now you can see how easy this is to make in your own home. Do make sure you subscribe to my channel, do share my channel and my videos with your family and friends, and ring the bell, that's YouTube's new bell icon. It will notify you every time I upload a new video. And follow me on all of my social channels. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, and even Snapchat. Until I see you next time, do take care. Bye.
Desire the fire, I want it right